Hi, this is Jimmy Grass again, the audiologist. I ran out of the upload of YouTube. It's only 10 minutes. I'm going to turn my webcam into a desktop camera, put it to a file, JPEG file. So if I want to have a longer conversation, I can. For right now, I forgot that YouTube only allows 10 minutes, and I'm pretty much within those 10 minutes. You can watch this video if you like. The truth is, I went over pretty much everything. Society's changing, culture's changing, things are changing. People are changing. People are getting older in this country. We have an older generation going home. There's going to be a lot of houses available on the market. Don't be scared when you hear there's a lot of 20-year waiting for housing that's still available. Well, we have a 1/3 of the country that's old right now, and it's going home, and they're not buying cars. And 1/3 that bought cars has bought cars in the last 4 or 5 years. Quite a few. So it's going to take us a little while to get through this. Dodge, Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Toyota sales are off 50%. They lost $1.5 billion, whatever it was, first quarter this year. So they're not exactly making money hands over head, foot, fist like everybody else is. There is going to be a change. Toyota's going to keep building their cars. Honda's going to keep building their cars. BMW's not going to produce any more cars. They got a certain niche, like a Rolex. They're not going to build that many more Porsches. That's not going to happen. General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler is going to survive. No matter how small or how compact, what kind of cars they're doing. Chevrolet's building a Camaro, which I think is a pretty car. I don't find it to be as nice and handled as good as a Challenger, because I've driven many Challengers. I saw quite a few of them. And the back seat space and the back trunk space for Challenger is a lot better and has more retro look than the Camaro. I'm not knocking the credit the Camaro a whole lot, because it is still a pretty sexy looking car, but it just don't have the old '69 Camaro look like that I had, or I remember playing or restoring with it when I was younger. Chevrolet is going to make it. Should it be a Chevrolet? And it should be a Cadillac. It should be a Ford. There should be a Lincoln dealership, like Lexus and Toyota. As for Chrysler, it should probably be Dodge. It's going to be Chrysler and Jeep and Dodge. Those are 3 entities. You're not getting rid of Jeep. Chrysler could go away. Probably Dodge could probably take part of Chrysler's lineup and change it over and bring it over to Dodge. Dodge has been around for a long time. It's got the Charger. It has the Caravan, which has been the #1 seller for 15 years straight. You got your Challengers that are hot. We're not coming off sticker off those cars at all. There's not many out there available. For the horsepower, for the bang for the buck, and the torque, you can't beat them. I've driven quite a few of the SRT8s. I've driven the RTs with a 6-speed. I've driven a lot of cars in my life. Between all the cars I've driven for the bang for the buck, the Challenger right now is pretty well seated next to the Corvette. If you buy the cheaper line Corvette, not the high dollar Corvette 06 or the Z1. Those are 2 different kind of entities of cars. I'll be back tomorrow night. Let you know how this heads up tomorrow. Go see what the head count is on the dealership. How many people will get in the dealership? I think people are just apprehensive. People are watching all kind of videos about credit card debt, how to get out of credit card debt. We were a debted nation for the last 5, 7, 10 years. That's reality. Accept it. Get over it. We got to pay our bills off. We got to get back to where we got ground zero. We buy a car. Put down 20%. Go 4-year finance. Don't go 5. Get it to where you can get out of the car in 2 years. That 5 years is buying you a maxed out stereo or mag wheels or certain buttons and bells you want. Take a little break on the buttons. Okay? Buy a car. Get a point at point B. Get out of debt. Buy American. Keep American jobs here. Well, when you're buying a Toyota now, and you're buying a Honda, and you're buying a BMW, you're buying America, because Americans are on the workforce. The unions have literally stormed Michigan, and now Michigan's sitting there with their thumbs. You know where they're at. Why? Because the labor unions pushed and pushed and pushed for 10 years, and now they're conceding. Yeah, how they're conceding? Well, let's face it. Obama's letting them run the country. They're going to run this country right now. The unions. Is that good or bad? I think there's sometimes the union should be good, because sometimes some multi-billion-dollar corporations use labor too cheap and they don't pay them accordingly. Well, they turn a big profit and they lay in their helicopters and their jets. And the middle class of the stores, of the industry, or service industry, or whatever industry you might be in, you don't make it. You can't make it. They don't give you enough to make it. Minimum wage, $6.50 an hour. What are you going to do with that? They won't pay your electric bill, your phone bill, your cable bill, or your car note, insurance, and gas, and health. That's the health insurance. They won't cover your health insurance. So in reality, there's a lot of things going on. Minimum wage ought to be $10 an hour, no less. Or take the minimum income of an average person living in a 1-bedroom apartment, a car note, insurance, gas, and health insurance, divide that by the hour, and that's what your minimum wage should be. That's what's called minimum wage. Minimum wage means you should be able to live on it. Not have to go to get welfare stamps. Not have to borrow money from the banks to buy you time in life. Not to live on credit cards. That's what happens. And for those who are rich who live on credit cards, that's a sad day. When you're making 6 figures a year and you get credit card debt, you're living above your means. 6 figures, you can live quite well in a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house, versus you got 12 kids. Oh my God, you know. But if you get the average 3 or 4 kids and you're making 6 figures, and you're in debt, you live past your means. And if you make $30,000 a year and you're in debt, you live past your means. There is some cases there are hard cases in life when people had hard time in their life and they just didn't see it coming. That happens to people. It happens to a lot of people. But the majority just overspend. That's a fact. We're going to get better. We're going to get this thing. We'll get to this recession. It's been going on since 2007. I felt it come on in 2006. By 2007, I knew it was on our way here. Should I get through? I think I'll get through by 2010. By the latter part of 2000, by 2000 middle 2010, it's going to be looking behind us and we're going to say, remember that, remember that, remember that. We're going to try to put GM, Romans, Ford, Chrysler, all of them back in my memory, saying, yeah, all the big icons. You know, look, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Chevrolet, Pontiac, BMC, GMC, Saab, Saturn, Hummer. All these went down in 1 year cycle. This didn't happen in 1 year, guys. This is going on for a decade. And they took their eyes off the front of the ship, and the ship landed hard. And now that the consumers are paying for it, the bondholders are paying for it, they seen it coming. They weren't stupid. They were making big money. Labor unions, y'all made a ton of money. Let's face it. For what you did, you got paid very well. When you sat there and the cars weren't being produced and you're playing ping pong, and you still got paid, and the car production line got shut down because cars weren't being sold because consumers weren't consuming them, y'all still got paid. I don't know any other job in the world that gets paid by doing nothing. But anyway, good luck, unions, and good luck, America, because we're going to get through this. And time will tell. But remember one thing, buy within your means. So you can buy another car every 3 years if you want one. Don't buy the big car or if you really can afford it. Y'all have a good night. Once again, I'm going to go watch the news, watch the world news. I'm into world news. Checking out North Korea, South Korea, China, Russia, see what they're going to do. I know Russia's going through a lot of problems. So we're not by ourselves. Russia's got their financial crisis as bad as us, if not worse. So let's tune into America. Let's worry about America. We'll take care of North Korea. Don't worry about that. One way or another, Obama's going to wake up when this and turn his right ear on. Right now, he's got his left ear on. He's going to turn his right ear on soon while somebody puts a missile toward us and scares the crap out of us. And he's going to say, you know what? It's time for him to wake up and wake up. That's reality. There is evil out there, and they have nuclear weapons that can reach us. China knows that. That's why China's getting aggravated right now. Let's go not worry about politics tonight. Let's get a nice rest. And y'all have a good day today. I appreciate y'all watching my video, and I wish you would share it with somebody else. And once again, if you got a car you want to sell, go to Autonet, AUTIO-net.com. It's free. I built the website. You can use it. Put the car for sale. If you get upside down a little bit, if you just want to get out, it's free. 9 pictures plus a big picture, so it's 10. And you can leave it long as you want to. That's www.autonet, AUTIO-com. AUTIO-net.com. Y'all have a good afternoon. I appreciate y'all watching my video. Thanks again. Good night.